Peace of the Lord with everybody. Um, Today I thought maybe it's a good idea because I saw some Muslims talking about bad American, bad Western. They are filthy. They are dirty. American women she have a boyfriend. American man he have a girlfriend. First, in Christianity there is nothing. It's called girlfriend and boyfriend, and the Bible is very clear, and this is not approved for us as a Christian. But what people do, they will do anyway, if they are Christian or not. But the disaster is what Islam do say. At least I'm not defending, by the way, the Western when they take a girlfriend or a Western woman taking a boyfriend. I'm not defending that because for me, as a Christian, I don't approve that. As long as there is a sex involved, this is not approved by God. But what is really scary, if those people, the Muslims they talk about, the American, the Western, the Canadian, the European, whoever they are, at least an American man, when he takes someone as a girlfriend, he is just not going with a woman. She is a prostitute. There's a huge difference between boyfriend and girlfriend and the prostitution. Prostitution is someone you pay for sex. I think this is very clear, and all of us we agree about that. When a man and woman they go as a friends and they have a relationship between each other, and because of that they have sex, this is not a prostitution, either though it's not approved by the Bible at all. I'm just talking about it how it is. This is not a prostitution and have nothing to do with the prostitution. But the scary that in Islam you can rent a woman for sex and this is legal. I will show you verses from the Quran approving that, and I will show you a hadith from Muhammad mouth himself saying that you can rent women. Actually, you don't, maybe a Muslim will say to you, oh, he's talking about temporary marriage, and you rent them, you marry them for a temporary period of time. No, I'm not talking about that. That one is a prostitution too. Muslims they call it marriage, but it's not a marriage, because you can go and say to a woman, hey, can you marry me for 15 minutes? And she will say, okay, but how much you want to pay me? Then you will say, I will pay you $10. This is in Islam is considered marriage, and when the 15 minutes is over, the marriage is over. It's very clear this is a prostitution. But now I'm not talking about that at all. I'm talking about something different. This is the hadith from Sahih al-Bukhari, and again this is the official government website of Saudi Arabia. Hadith number, let me show you the website from the top, so nobody will say, oh, this is not an Islamic website, you are a liar, etc. This is the website, alislam.com, official government website. Hey everybody, you can go and open it by yourself and you will see. So hadith number 4725, Sahih al-Bukhari, the book of the F word and Nukah. This is the name of the book. نهي رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم عن نكاح المتعة. The Prophet, he did forbid the pleasure marriage. This is the chapter name, or the forbidding of the Prophet for pleasure marriage. The name of the chapter look as if he is forbidding that, but if we go down and read, we will see that the Prophet, he did practice that and he allowed that. So forbidding, Muhammad, he was a mentally sick person. He allowed things when he is horny, and then he changed his mind, and then he allowed it again, and then he changed his mind, and then he allowed it again. It's up to the mood of the Prophet, peace upon him. So in there it says حدثنا, we've been told from we was in the army, The Prophet, he came to us. In here you will see something that Muhammad is the one, he is encouraging Muslim men to go and rent women, not the Muslim men asking the Prophet if they can do that or not. And this will give you an idea that he is the one is thinking about sex. He is the one, he pushing them to go and rent women for sex. He said, فقال إنه قد أذن لكم أن تستمتعوا فاستمتعوا. It's been allowed for you, approved for you to go and enjoy, so enjoy. Now, maybe until now, somebody will say, well, it doesn't say women, right? Okay, we will continue reading the hadith. And here is saying, the Prophet, he said, a man and a woman, they agree to have ishra, which means sexual relationship. ما بينهم ثلاث ليال. So they can test. They agree to have a test drive. Like, you take a test drive, you rent a woman for some time. If you like her, you can extend the time. So he's saying, any man and a woman, and listen, this is not a wife and husband. He's saying any man and a woman. Not any man who marry a woman, or any man he can marry a woman. He's saying any man and a woman, they agreed to do a ishra, which means they joined the bed together without marriage. If they try each other for 3 nights, if they like that, فَإِنْ أَحَبَّا أَنْ يَتَزَيَّدَا يَتَزَيَّدَا. If they like to increase that more, they can increase it, or they will leave each other. So I can go to a Muslim woman and I say to her, hey, do you like to share the bed for me as a test drive, like for 3 nights? If I like you, we can extend the time. If she said yes, it's okay in Islam. Now the Muslims, they will say to you, well, yes, this is the Prophet, he did that, but he forbid that later. First, the Prophet, he never forbid that. You know why? Because you cannot forbid something, it is in the Quran. And we can show you. If you go to Surah 4, verse 24, it says clear, pay them those you enjoy them for sex. And this is why, you will see now Muslim Sunnah and Muslim Shia, they are fighting over this verse in the Quran. The Muslim Sunnah is saying, well, yes, the Prophet, he allowed that for a period of time, and later he did forbid. But Muhammad, he never did forbid that. The one who refused it, it was Umar ibn al-Khattab. Because what happened to him, he himself, he went and he had sex with a woman, young girl. Later he found out that this is his daughter from pleasure. So he hated himself for having sex with his daughter because of this rule. Because of this rule. And Muslim men, they have sex with the very young girls. And Muhammad himself, he did marry 6 years old girl, right? So when Umar al-Khattab, he have sex with that little child, for them it's a woman, and he found out later that this is his daughter because he had sex with her mom a few years ago, he decided to stop this and to be forbidding. So now Sunnah, they are not doing it anymore, but the Shia, they are doing it. Now the reason the Shia is doing it, they are saying, well, Umar is not the Prophet, he cannot forbid something, it is in the Quran. God, Allah, he allowed that, so you cannot forbid me from doing it. In any way, as long the Prophet himself practiced it, as long the Prophet himself allowed it, as long Allah himself approved it, and he made a verse about it, this will show us that Islam is a filthy religion. What kind of religion will say to you, you can go and take a woman to your bed as test drive, and you don't marry her? If you like her more, 3 nights, just test drive. If you like her more, you can extend the period. If the Muslims want to call this marriage, I don't know what is a prostitution. So at least an American woman, when she have a boyfriend, she don't have him in the bed for 3 days. I heard about people who they have a girlfriend and they are both together, they never cheat on each other for 7, 8, 10 years. But in Islam, it sounds like every one day I can have a new one. And you are telling me this is not filthy, and the Americans are filthy, and the Western, if this is not filthy, so what filthy is? So any Muslim woman, she can rent during her lifetime maybe 200, 300 men, because every 3 days you can rent a woman. Imagine how many men they will be sleeping with that woman during her lifetime. She will have a very high mileage. Thank you all. As you see, Islam is false, cannot be from God. Thank you. God bless you.